Hi, YouTube. I hope you're doing well. I had a pretty good morning. I talked to some grandchildren and their mom, and um, a boy that my daughter in law is helping to raise my new grandson. So, welcome, welcome him into the family. So, anyway, yeah, he's been staying with them for um, a while now, and they've known each other for a long time. So, friends, friends of their family. So, yeah, he's a nice boy. He's 12, and I talked to my oldest granddaughter is 15, and I saw my one of my middle ones, and um, yeah, and their mom. So, yeah, it was fun. And their fish and their dog and but they were telling me jokes. It was one was they were saying you're so ugly jokes to each other, and he said one to her, and I didn't get it, and I had to have him repeat it, and I guess I just was a little thick, or I just think I missed some of the words because the internet was kind of splotchy too. And it had been kind of a trying morning, not with them. They were really, I got a kick out of them. But then one of Brenya's jokes was, "You're so ugly, Hello Kitty said goodbye." And he had one that the kids called Obama was running for president in 2024, and Trump is, and Bush Jr. I don't know that. He just said Bush. So in order to be elected, this is in this pre-teens world. He's 12. So in order to be elected, they have to run around the property of the White House, and then they'll be the winner for the presidency. So Trump took his turn first, and he timed out at like 25 minutes and point 5 seconds or something. And Obama took his turn, and he did like 12 minutes and like 5 seconds or something. And then Bush did 9/11. That I'm like, that's a bright 12-year-old. I like that joke. That was really good. So yeah, these kids made my day pretty nice, and yeah. And Doug said to say hello to them, and that made their day because their fathers aren't with them right now. So yeah, made everybody have a little bit better of a day. So yeah. Oh, did you hear about like it's pro-abortion centers, different places in the United States that people are doing things to, like a couple of them in Minneapolis. There's this like Jane's Rage, it's called. Um, a group of these people that get together and go and destroy things. They're talking about a night of darkness if Roe versus Wade is overturned. And I'm just here to let you know that no normal person, no matter what they believe, is going to be out there destroying property. This is all the dark cabal of baloney. Don't buy into it. Don't get upset. Yes, things are real, but the cabal and their affiliates own these businesses, and it's just like with the farmers, they can be paid to go down. Like literally a letter from a FDA. I have proof of it on my Facebook, um, asking farmers if they uh, don't slaughter so many animals, they'll be subsidized by the government. A literal letter to the farmer giving them an offer. They have done that in the 70s with the wheat, and they've done it so many times. I mean, it's really, really just don't buy into any of this baloney, you know. Yeah, I got a kick out watching High Frequency Tribe part of that today. Hamish got some goats, and it's interesting. But he found out that livestock is a little bit different than a cat or a dog or even a chicken. They're a trip when you have farm animals like the larger breeds would be with the hooves, you know. So I was watching him goat wrangle these two little babies he calls Marble Eyes and Athena, I think. That's some funny shit. So I got a kick out of that. So anyway, yeah, they were like jumping on his tools and doing all this shenanigans while he's trying to make a live stream, and it'd be like a couple of 3-year-olds, like or like yeah, about 3 years old. It'd be like having 2 3-year-olds when you're trying to do a live stream, you know. So maybe even worse. It was funny. But he picked one up and she was yelling at him and the other one followed and then he put them both down and got them in their little house in their pen to keep them safe from the predators at night, And so, but it was cute. I can laugh and I'm thinking to myself, yeah, I heard like Lionel Nation talking about people that he sees out on the street that looked like they just crawled out of bed in their pajamas or whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's in the city is in the city for real. But let me tell you something, I have had to go out. I've had a neighbor horse break through my fence and you can't wait with a ton of animal or whatever, a half a ton of muscular flesh. You have to get out there and keep it safe. And I have done fencing in my pajamas. I was lucky I had the pant kind on when I had to go out and get her away from this male horse. And he um, went to jump over the fence line actually from off the road down into the ditch through a little bit of woods, but I think his back hoof didn't clear it. And he was kind of a young guy, just really beautiful paint. Came over to visit my horse, so but yeah, you can't wait. And I didn't get out of my pajamas or get done with that fence line until afternoon. And that happened early in the morning. So it's like, no, I don't care. Yeah, I've been outside in my pajamas and I just woke up to that shit. But life's a little different in the country, you know. So, and there was neighbors that drove by. They saw what I was doing, you know. It's like, yeah, you don't stop when your horse could be out on the road. And I had a neighbor um of mine, her horse got killed out on the road. It's like, no, you don't wait at all. So I mean, my horse didn't go out there, but I didn't want to chance it. That's what I'm saying, you know. Yeah, so I've been outside when the neighbors seen me in my pajama bottoms. You darn right. Oh, yeah. But that's a little different. They knew why. In the city, that would make me wonder why. Even if people are in Walmart in my little city, that would definitely make me wonder why. what is what are they indicating? Or are they indicating nothing at all? You know? So anyway. Yeah, nobody has uh said anything so far about these citizens that are being shipped out of our country. So I'm on a mission to find out who the first citizen was adopted out of the United States? There's a question for everybody. And did it have a social security number? And by whose authority? I just have some questions because there's no excuse, you know? I just have to think of where I'm going to go next. I have some ideas. Definitely starting a bigger ruckus locally. Not anything illegal or nothing, but I'll be heard. Um, but to make waves in this world, because if it's happening here, it's happening everywhere. You know, wherever these people that think that they can raise another human being better than its natural parents or having their equals in their life all their life, um, you're out of your mind. Your thinking is off, and that's a fact. And I'm not out here to offend any good people that would have took a child in. That's not what I'm talking about there. That's a whole nother thing. And it's a very rare thing. I know I'm capable of that. So I do assume there are few, but I've seen uh, contrary evidence to that fact for too long, and the bad outweighs the good in that situation, and something needs to be done about it because the harm that's been done to people that I love and care about, you know. So, yeah, very true. And many of you. So, yeah, I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna make a dent in these creeps. Right now, I can guarantee you. Um, I may not have put the fear of God in these people yet, but it's right around the corner. I know God's gonna help me put an end to this all the way around the world. These people that literally think they can play with other people's lives to benefit themselves. That's going to end. So it's the time for the warriors to rise and speak our minds and be heard, you know, because the little people are counting on us. And that brings me something uh, to my mind. Um, how proud and for the younger generation, the minds and the people that I do see that are out there that are remarkable young human beings. It's like you're the ones who matter, and your offsprings. These are the people in the world we're out here for, you know. So people that are too young to do anything for themselves just as yet may not have that chance when they get older. So the time is now, here and now, where things have to change. People have to start really standing up, like our local legislators and all these people that are paid by us. I want to know what happened to the children that have been adopted out of this country. And I want to know now. Get your damn list together. I don't care what you got to do it. You're working for me, not the other way around. Get that straight. So, and if you don't like working for me, and I was a really good boss, always have been, then you're just like this one person we call Sweetup. He didn't come to work for a half a day, and then wanted to get paid for the whole week. That type of person. Um, Basically, well, he had been a friend from the age of 15 up until when I had my drywall business. But so I hired him, and that was a bad mistake, you know. But anyway, that reminds me of a sweetheart. You're pulling a sweetheart on me. You want to do part of the work or look like you're doing something, because I actually had to take over and finish the crown molding for this little piece of crap because he didn't know how to work with any kind of drywall or plaster Paris or anything. Nothing. He's a brain dead thing. Well, anyway, so yeah, you're pulling a sweet duck on me. You're not doing what you say you're gonna do. Oh, that's what one of my younger friends mentioned too on a live stream. That he likes working for like boomers and with baby boomers because and I'm just barely in the boomer age, but I am, by 2 years. So, but thank God I'm not in that little bit of an older generation or a little bit of a younger for a lot of people. You know what I mean? But anyway, yeah, he likes working with us, because we do what we say we're gonna do, and we work hard, and we're honest. We show up when we say we're gonna show up. And it's like, yeah, that is true. You know, it maybe was our era, but we would go early, you know, instead of being late, that type of thing. When you give your word that you're doing something, you know. Yeah. Yeah, my phone shut off on me yesterday, but that's a good thing because I was not too happy. I'm not too happy still, but no, I made my point, and that's how I feel. That's Yeah, I threw some slang in there, and God said that's enough. Get that phone right off. I'm like, thanks, that's probably a good idea. You know, Excuse me, I'm gonna grab my coffee. Oops, where? Yeah, here it is. So yeah, that was a good thing. I don't know that it would have gotten any worse. To me, that's pretty bad, but yeah, I've gotten worse. I'm not too jolly about that, but yeah, if it happens, that's on whoever pulls that out of me. Whoa, that's ugly. Yeah. Oh yeah. I saw Global Witness had a title about something about repenting, and I'm thinking, whoa, back down, little boy. Woo! Maybe say it on the inside, but the way I'm feeling about you right now, you better take that shit down. And he did. I went to watch it. I thought I waited about an hour, and I thought I'm going to see what he's got to say, because I was going to anyway, and he knew it. But then he knew better after he heard my mindset. It's like, because I'm going to slay you. I feel sorry for any marriage that breaks up, but I hear from all angles. So, and I do hear, and so it's like, no, no, and if you want to address people like that, you better be specific, because otherwise I'm gonna cut your head off, So I don't hate anybody, but I'm not playing with when I know better, I know better, and I'm not standing down ever. Never. Will not happen. Speaking about not standing down, I got 25 push-ups in today, and been doing that every other day just so I don't feel too lazy, and some leg exercises to go like 25, 30 of them, and some few stretches and stuff. So still keeping it going, you know. or every day. I was doing it every other. Then I went back to every, but not as hard. And that seems to be working okay so far. It's not too radical all at one time. Then, if I need to get radical, I can save that. Really. So, if you had a baby in your state or in your country, and you found out it was adopted by another country, but that yet there's been people in your country that want to adopt a baby from here, who would you contact to uh, put an end to shipping your citizens out? I'm asking a serious question for everybody. Personally, who would you talk to? Where would you start? It's not that I've exhausted my ideas. I am looking for other ideas. So if you have some, throw them in the comments. you know, because it's important. That's the most horrific thing I've heard, and it seems almost contrived. And I know it's like um probably a distant cousin, but of some sort. But there's her name's Rachel, and the last name sounded more Sicilian. So, but anyway, she's the first Indigenous Miss America that has been like whatever they do, what they do, elect them. No, they don't elect them. It's like nominated, or no, she was more than nominated. She was crowned. That's what it was. The first Indigenous Minnesotan that's been crowned Miss Minnesota. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. Seems a little contrived since I've been screaming about making Native Americans presidents and whatever. But I also know that there's a literal red lodge, um, Masonic orders. There's actually like two major bloodlines of the Native American. There's two types of natives. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, there is. Yeah. So, and they can't trick me like that either. I know better. There's really nothing they can trick me on. But they are they're like pulling tricks. They're like out on the street. they're so they're so degraded, you know. Yeah. They like hoard themselves out in front of the people, you know. Yeah. Oh, I there was this a while ago I had watched this one so-called preacher called Jerry from A Light of Truth, and Robin's Hood um plays a clip from this Jerry mocking Robin because Robin was telling people to pick up their cross, you know. And he did make a cross like for and put it like in his yard like ornamental, and um so, and different things anyway, making people aware of where he stood in the world, you know, and actually talked to all his neighbors personally and gave them a list, a written document of what he thought was going on in the world right now. You know, that's a loving thing to do. So this, well, anyway, some jealous creature was mocking Robin. He goes, "Look at me! Look at me!" He's this big blob. There's nobody that watches me. If you think you're a little chubby, this is not even. what I'm talking about. So I'm talking somebody that literally is jealous of my friend. Then he uses this southern thing and goes, aha, aha. Just this like out of a dude, and I'm like, ooh. And they call people like honey baby, whatever, and I was over there on a live stream and I'm like, okay, sugar pie, LOL, you know, 'cause, yeah, they didn't like me. Sugar pie. When they read it, you should have seen the look on his face. That was good. And then his wife is on another channel. He's out in his truck. I would suggest really for a weight loss program for him, he should get a dog and take it along in his rig with him because that would force him out to walk the dog and himself. And then he would have less time making fun of people that are trying to do things to help others in the world, you know, and find friends of like mind, So, anyway, but man, every time that I hear that clip gives me the heebie jeebies, you know, it's like, ew, you know, yeah. Yeah, like I say, who would you contact? There's more than what's going on, and I know firsthand. And other people have written me in my videos. They know these things firsthand with children in this world and what has happened to them or me or God knows who else. And um, we have to make it stop. We have to take an active stand together and make the pain for each other all over the world, make it stop together. And we can do that together by making all the bad things, showing all the good things, sharing all the it's the independent media that's going to tell you the truth, and we all know that. So that's a plus. And there's so many people that have that that's a thing too. If they can afford to have a website, I'm not saying everybody that does, but if they had the money to get in and buy part of the inner web, a chunk of that. And and I had considered it. I had designed a web page at one time and considered it for breaking horses, and then I got broke instead. So things didn't quite work out. But just beware if you're out there, and because they might be like walking both sides of the path instead of the straight and narrow. So just beware of those type of people. Maybe the bigger they are, the harder they fall you know well, I'm gonna let you go, and I appreciate you being here with me. And you have a good night or day wherever you're at. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. I do love y'all. Thank you.